I just stopped my what's it called now?
Instance.
My yeah, I just stopped it now. I was driving traffic to the website before the call. Outside the call, so I just ended it in the middle of that.
You were driving traffic to your website before now.
Yes, I was. That's why that instance was on. I just stopped it when we call.
Okay, take me back to the AWS page. Okay. Did you
So,
delete the
yes.
instance? Okay, you stopped it, but you have not deleted it.
Yes. No, no, I'm not deleted. I stopped it. I just stopped it.
Okay.
I got new IP yesterday from what is it called? From Cherry Pop. The one I got earlier last month and finished. As a doctor, so I had to buy a new one. I told you that I was experiencing the junction of traffic for some reason. So I don't know what was causing it exactly. So I told myself that instead for me to just use the one I have, let me just get um, a new one and do it from there. So I got the new one yesterday. So
Okay, let me see your
that's what I'm
AdSense. Let me see your AdSense dashboard. You see, you've been getting deductions.
yes, I have.
Okay, let me see the AdSense dashboard.
So today I was on $1. Sorry, I said $1. I was on €1 today already. So I don't know what happened. Like, during deduction, and now I'm on 20 0.2. So
Okay, you have to
I don't
join
know what's
this
going on.
call. There's an extra headphone, so you were using a computer there, right? The computer works fine. Okay, so I'll just patch you up to the call. So you could actually use your own computer, then I'll just patch you up to the call, and so you can understand them properly. Okay, I would want to see the performance, what the performance has been. So how many? Okay, from your today so far. No, not the. Okay, you can still go with reports. So let's go with reports.
Okay.
Okay, click on last 30 days. Okay, so the last 30 days I've made 64 euros. Is that pounds? I think that's euros. No, that's pounds, right? I mean your currency. You've made a total of estimated earnings down. That's 64. No. When you go by the left, this side, you see after the dates average, you see estimated earnings just below the charts. No, not there. The other side. Yes, that
Okay.
estimated earnings is
Below the chat here.
57.41 euros.
Yes. It
Okay.
was over 80 euros before going to 100 euros more. They did a whole lot of deduction. I think it was over 100 euros before.
Look, it was close to 100 euros, but then AdSense deducted a whole lot and it's 57 now.
Yeah, over 100 euros.
Over 100
Yeah, over
euros.
100 actually. Yeah, I was making about 20 to 30 euros a day.
You were
I was
making
not
20
picking
to
on
30
any
euros in
ads.
a day. Now that is where
Yeah,
I
I was
think.
not clicking on any ads. I was
Okay, you were not clicking on any ads, but you were making 20 to 30 euros in a day
just from impression on page.
just from impressions. Okay. How many thousand views were you doing in a day that was warranting this 20 to 30 euros?
So for that one that was it was 25 euros. So I had 8,000 impressions and 2,000 pages.
Okay, let's say
But the bot I was using to do
okay, Okay, let's head back to your AdSense dashboard. That home button, the home, yes, click on it. Okay, where it says today so far, click yesterday.
I think that's what it was.
Okay, you didn't drive traffic yesterday.
Yeah,
Okay,
but they were so I noticed something. The people visited the website voluntarily, like Google ranked it and people visited, and they still deducted that traffic. So I don't know why. And yeah, I was not the one that used that one.
okay, so
So I
that
don't, I
that
don't
that,
know what's going
that means you had organic traffic and then it was still deducted.
on. Yes, true. Yes.
Okay, I'm happy that one even happened anyway. You know, because sometimes when we get to explain that, Google sometimes is paranoid with bounce rates. It feels like maybe the software is not so sophisticated. For real, even real influencers, real bloggers have been complaining in recent times that the amount of Google deductions has become crazy. It seems somehow Google system now is just unnecessarily being too active. For instance, you can see on the day you didn't even drive traffic, you also had deductions. So that's to let you know that even if you had all your traffic as
Mm-hmm.
organic traffic, you'd have still gotten some deductions. But what I would show you right now is part of the reasons why I know deductions happen. One of those big reasons is one, when these audience are not nested. What does nested means? If you have done what we call AdSense arbitrage before, on AdSense arbitrage, you just basically go to Facebook and drive lots of advertisements to your website. The problem with this approach is most of the people who open your adverts to land on your website don't stay there, right? So they only stay on one page, after which they exit. But then if they can stay on that page and go to other pages and other pages, then your impressions goes up and less deduction. So before now, you've been driving traffic. How have you been creating your task?
So basically, the task I have created is just the one that you showed me.
Wait, hold on before you let me block something. Okay. Yes, you can go on.
Uh, So I've just been using similarly column and whatever. So creation of task.
Are you ready? Should I send you a link? Okay, still booting up. Okay, you've been using similar link from our episode one where we did similar link.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So yes, that's basically what I'm doing. So I created five
Let me
five tasks. One, two, one, yeah, five tasks. So the first one is 7 step in. So I
okay.
go to the website and go in 7 times. And I gave it a which the second one to spend. The second one too was 3 step in. And I gave it amount of good seconds to spend. As quarterly, they should not be same, like you said, it should not be something that Google can track easily. Then I also tell you to visit google.com. So what I do in this google.com basically is that when you visit google.com and I'm close to my system, I influence this one. I'll just go to the google.com to type carousel.com. So when I type the website, sometimes I click it, sometimes I do not click it. I just do it at random. That's when I'm in the system. There are two other random health websites that both also visit. This is healthline.com, and I gave it just 1 second. Then this is another health website, so I'm giving it 2 seconds. When report loads, you usually end up these two health websites there. Then Google, and before loading my own website. So you just start moving at random. So that's what it does. So this google.com that is visiting, I think that's saying the advantage. I want to open an email for you, so I don't need the YouTube or
Hey, so firstly, I think I have an issue
can
with
you
the
hear me?
Yes, I think I have an issue with the audio. Like I can't really hear you clearly. It's I can hear, but then the sound is not too clear.
Is it better now?
Very clear
Is it
now.
better now?
Yes.
Okay, I was using my earpiece, so I switched to speaker now.
Okay, okay. Okay, so from what I can see
Yeah,
right here, this task you built, you did a good job because are you ready? You still okay, you can use your own system. I'll send
yeah,
you
I
a
can
link.
hear you.
So from what I can see on your task, you did a good job, oh. Like you practically dotted your I mean, from the little ones you have learned, you were able to make good use of them. But I think the only thing that is probably causing a high level of deduction for you is apart from IPs, which I think that plays a role, it's on the devices you use and the level of activities they perform. So let me explain what I mean by that. So let's say for instance, from what I can see over here now, this is one task you created. Right? What's the name of this task? You just loaded it. What's the name of the task you loaded?
The name of this tax, the
Ye-
whole of the tax.
yes.
I just named it Tero tax.
Okay. If you click on the load executable list, click on it. Okay,
Yes,
that's
Tero tax.
okay, that's the task you created. Okay, so
Yes,
each time you want to give your bots activities to perform, is this the only task you give them?
yes. This is the only tax I tell you to run. Yes,
Okay, so how long have you been running this task? Since the 24th. I can see you created it on the 21st of September.
yes, yes. I've been running it since then. So there was something I usually do, but I stopped. I usually use the current what's it called, blog post. I'll use attach the current blog post to each of the tasks per day, but I stopped doing that since I started using Similarly.
Okay. Okay, now I would want to see, like, if you head back to the AdSense by the back of the app, like, if you click your cursor outside, yes. That yesterday versus same day last week, please change it to last 28 days. Oh, sorry, last 7 days rather. Okay, last 7 days. Okay, so this is the last 7 days, and from the last 7 days, this is what you've been able to do. A total of 694 views, 2.51k impressions. Your CPC is £5 or €5, and one click. That one click, is that true? I think it's more than one click.
It's one click. I usually don't. I do less of clicking and more of page views and impressions now.
Oh, that's commendable. That's commendable. I thought maybe you did lots and maybe they deducted it, but that's commendable. Okay. Where it says sites, I can see yesterday. That's where it shows you how much you've earned. After performance, that is sites. Could you change yesterday to yes, last 7 days? That means you've only made £5 in the last 7 days.
But it was more than £5. But yeah, I'm on £5 now.
How many IPs are you using?
As at this week, I was using two different IPs, but I just got two new ones. I told you the last two expired, so I got it like two new ones again.
Okay. So you got these two new IPs when?
Yes, yesterday.
Okay, yesterday. So okay, and that yesterday you didn't drive traffic. So before now you were using your IPs from the previous one, the one that
Yes.
got
So
expired. Okay.
the previous one got expired yesterday, so I did not use it.
So that's previous IPs you were using. How long can you say you used it?
I used it for about a month, but I was not consistent. There were sometimes I did not drive traffic in a day. There were sometimes I do traffic just for Then I was not. I've not done the Amazon course on how to create GPS and all, so I just learned that last week. So now that I learned it, assuming I've had this Amazon knowledge before now, beginning of this month, I could have made a whole lot of money. So I was doing it manually for my system. So because my
Okay.
system could not run more than four bots, so I was doing two to three bots, and just managing it, doing the page views and all by myself manually. So I was not doing so much.
Okay. And that was with like two IP addresses.
Yes, so IP, one Canada, one US. I had another UK, but before now, I did not know that I could go to my Chrome and open my local host and put slash 3000 and all of those things and
Oh,
do the
you were using from the OKBot app itself, from that app itself. So you could only do
yes,
one trap, one
yes,
source.
I did not know them. Yeah, but now I have all this knowledge now because I learned more just last week.
Okay. Let me see your last 28 days. Where it says on that site where it says
Performance or site.
no site. Or this I think the last month or last sorry, last 30 days. Perfect. Last 30 days. So for your last 30 days you've made £57, 4,000 views, 63 clicks.
Yes.
Okay, let me see the same thing on performance for the last 30 days.
Remember that these 63 views and clicks, 50, 56 came from a day. Remember that day I told you I got so ambitious and I was clicking, and I got over 50 clicks that I got the Google message of
That's
uh,
limit.
ad, um, ads limit. Yeah, I did 56 clicks that day. So that was the first and the last day I ever did more than 5 clicks. Like since that day till now, I've not done more than 2 clicks in a day.
It's good you're actually very careful anyway. But the truth is, you did so much in a day. So that was why they attacked you that day. You can actually do as much as 20 clicks in a day. Okay, I think you have some beautiful knowledge of the whole automation. I think what you only need now is a masterclass. So I will start with giving you some IP addresses, more IP addresses to what you have. And then I will show you how to expand it. So far you've been able to make £57. You said it was even more than £57, but Google took some of them off.
Yeah.
Okay, scroll down a bit where it says country. I want to see the last 30 days for country.
Can you see that my USA
It's
is
like,
minus 91?
let me zoom in. Yes,
They
USA
deducted
minus 91. Wow.
they deducted 91 of my traffic. Like it was, I was doing majorly from the US.
Chai.
So I had to switch to my UK IP when I saw that all my US IP is being deducted.
I think you abused it. You abused. I will not lie to you. You abused it. Maybe you were doing too much of US in a day, and it became so outrageous that this particular bot were always coming back to this site. This is the only benefit of so many IPs because you're coming in from so many IPs. It's not even really so many IPs. You can still use one IP consistently in a day. But I think it's a whole lot of it's a whole lot of things like that has to be in proportion. But let me try and explain what it is in particular. I would not use you as I would not, I don't know what you did, but I will use other people how they get it wrong. So if you know that maybe there's something you're actually doing now that you're getting wrong, you'll be able to adjust. So now let's start with what gives issues with IP. Some people will buy one proxy and they'll keep using this proxy to keep opening their sites every now and then, right? With different devices. Now, if there is a bot state, there is no problem because the device A and device B can be differentiated because of their different cookies. Now, if there is no bot state, this is maybe when you're using that free executor. On Okekbo, there is one red one that is saying free loader or free executor.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
that one
that's
doesn't
what I use.
Chineke. That's why they deducted all your earnings now. That's why they deducted it. That one,
Oh,
that red is not for fancy now. Open Okekbo, let me show you. Okay, um, open the
oh,
app. Open the app. You will see what it wrote at the bottom. No,
the
no, not that one.
one
The second one.
that
No, the one that looks like rockets.
this one.
Yes, you will see no bot state
Okay.
management. So what is that bot states? If Google knows you, even if you use one IP for 50 devices, there is no problem. For instance, now my email address is here. My email address is here. My email address is here. Even my other computers, my email address is all of them. I'm using one Wi-Fi. I can go through all
Wow.
these devices. If I'm using that Wi-Fi, is one IP address. Even if I go to each of these devices to do something or to watch a video, even if I'm not on the same email, even if I'm on different Google tab, because they have a history of the things I've done on this device, there is a cookie saved. So that cookie is what they can use to track that, oh, this is this iPad. Now, because of that cookie, even if all of them are at the same time performing something around my websites, they can give me a pass because they can actually identify these devices from a history. Now, that history is called a bot state. It means for everything you've done, all the
Okay.
states, your cookies is been saved. So without that state, each time you open a website, it is practically opening it like it is
For the first
for
time.
the first time. So that whole thing you were doing, you used to go and go to Google. When you go to Google, finish, you come back and go to
Oh.
here. Google still doesn't know you because each time it opens up, Google just assumes you're coming in for the first time. But if Google was following you from that Google search you made to this other website you went to this other site you went to, they would have not deducted as much as they deducted from you. You're getting it now. Okay, let me give you access to that one. Send me your API key on WhatsApp. I'll give you access to the green
I
one.
see. That's why I always have to accept cookies on each
Ah,
website that
you
I
were always
open.
accepting cookies.
Okay.
That means your cookies were not tracked now. If you accept cookie once, if you come back there again, they won't ask you to accept. Except you're using that red one, that free random executor. Okay, so that is one of the things that I feel could
He's not supposed
okay, sorry, go on.
to ask me.
Yes, yes, it's not supposed to ask
But
you.
remember,
Okay.
yeah, but it's not okay. What I was saying is that it was not supposed. He's not supposed to ask me. Is why anytime I'm visiting the website, he's seeing me like a new user over and over and
And
over
over
and
and
over
over
again.
again. Yes. So those other things you were
Oh,
doing, all those Google searches you were making, they did not count again. Because more like before now, if
oh,
bot 005 opens Google and searches for something on Google, the whole state, the whole cookies and cache that bot 005 accumulated gets saved on OKBots. Now, if bot 005 has to come again to Google, Google already knows that this browser has made a Google search before. But let's say this time
okay,
around they don't come to Google, maybe they come to your site. Google already knows that they've
yeah,
searched for something like this on Google before. So Google will serve advertisement that looks like what they searched for before. So let's say what they
I
searched for on
see.
Google was mortgaging, housing, house rents, and then they now come to your site. So because of the information Google already has around them, that is now when
Mm-hmm.
Google will now serve them similar things to what they have searched for. So since you're into medicine field, right?
Yes, I am. Yeah.
Biggest CPC. Now look at your CPC, 0.92. What you should be looking for is to make Google search like things that has to do with maybe fat burning drugs, weight loss. There are lots of drugs that are very expensive that these people are willing to pay as much as. I think there is one I used to see on Amazon Prime. Hi, I can't remember the name now, but this drug is for aspirin. When I checked their CPC, how much their advertisement were campaigning per this thing, I shouted. So you would make a list of drugs that you know are high, medical related stuff, or you could just have AI do all those things for you. So I would want us to take it one step at a time. First of all, the first one now will be to get you IP addresses. But from what I've seen so far, this month is showing 50. Okay, it has updated now. This month is showing you 55.77 pounds. That's how much you've been able
Mm-hmm.
to make this month of September. Okay.
Yeah.
This month has already passed now, so we're approaching a new month. So this new month now, you're going to get things right. We're going to start with planning what we call your inventory. So what is your inventory? Each time you want to drive traffic, you should have an aim and you should have things to facilitate the aim. I feel when you wake up every morning and you're just driving traffic to your website, you don't really have like a board. And sometimes because you have not actually had this foresight before you hopped into it, it makes you go there and spoil things yourself. Right? Let me explain. Back in those days when we used to do sports betting, even when we did forex, we started with not having a plan. The thing was we knew how to play games, So we had this martingale strategy. We had a lot of strategy. So every day we'll sit on Bet Nigeria and we'll just keep playing games and playing games. Now what happens is after a while we'll start running into losses, right? Because now you don't really have an aim. You have not had the foresight of what you want to do. So
Mm-hmm.
practically some days when you go to play game, you will make 100k and you want to make 500k in a day. Before you know, you lose the 100k you have. So,
Yeah.
but now that is just to give you a fog explanation, and let me give you a clear explanation of what I do. I make budget of at least 2 weeks ahead of time. I'm somebody um who likes mimicking my chats. Yeah, your audio is your audio. Could you help me mute it? One of I can hear it for this. Okay, like just help me mute it. Okay, good. Now, I try to plan 1 week or at least 2 weeks or more ahead. So how do I do it? Let's say for instance now I was you and I want to drive this traffic. Now what do I want to do on Monday? What do I want to do on Tuesday? What do I want to do on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday and Sunday? Now that's the question I have to ask myself, because if I don't ask myself that question, what I would simply do as a normal human being is I will head over, I will just on the bots, on activities, and lots of browsers will start opening my website. Good, I'm gathering impressions and I'm gathering page views. But where I'm having an issue is that I'm creating a pattern that is easily detectable. How is it easily detectable? Now, you know when you create a bot on OKBot, you start with creating a bot family, right? Now, this bot family basically is the devices you have, like your iPhone, your Android, all of them that are in one bot family. Good. Now, I think I want to show you this in real time, so you yourself can now start planning a week ahead. The next time we'll have a Google meeting, you will not have most of your money deducted. You will have most of them, active. So I would want you to go to localhost 3000. Let me start showing you how to do this in real time. Okay, let me call this episode 1 and hop into episode 2 that would actually start showing how to do this in real time.